Hello and welcome to Procast, which is our Showtime number 10? Yeah, I think number 10. I didn't write it down, which is weird. And tonight we are going to be playing company battles with Highflyer's AOS. I'm Dorjan. And he's muted. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm Dorjan.
Bastard. And I'm Highflyer 15.
Yay! And we did a flawless start as always. Right, here we go. I'm accepting the invitation and going into the massive tank company. I'm gonna ready up with my tier 1 as soon as I can. There we are. Ready.
You are in.
Cool.
I was just about to complain.
Yeah, we're on a 2-minute delay, guys, today, and we're going to be doing casting like we would be casting any normal game, but with a little bit of analysis too. We'll be seeing what they're doing compared to the average people. How serious do your clan take things, Mr. Highflyer, sir?
Super serious. They're like super serious. No, they're not that serious, but they are serious enough to be very good. Last time, if you go back on my channel, we have a bunch of games with them as well, where they win every single game, apart from a very, very close Ruinberg game where it came down to artillery versus artillery. And sadly, the artillery of AOS, Ace of Spades, missed, and they lost the game. But that was very, very, very intense.
Have they ever considered going ESL?
I can ask them.
You should.
Yeah. Now that we're casting.
Indeed we are. And yeah. I'm going to let you guys see into the game room. As you see, we are forming our game right now. So Procast is started. This is the official show. We are no longer in the pre-show dicking around phase. We are in the actual show, not so dicking around.
No dicking.
We are on the 2-minute delay.
Yes.
Cracking my neck, going back to dual camera because there's nothing going on. They're just picking their tanks, mostly IS-3s, which is very interesting because IS-3s are considered by most pro players as a naff-ish tank. I mean, it's not completely snuffed. I've seen it appearing a couple of times, but its vulnerability to ammo rack means it's less popular in the pro circuit.
Yep, and we're also seeing Tank of the Month as their scout choice. The T71.
I like the T71. It's a solid choice. It's an autoloader that's kind of replacing the AMX 90 in my opinion, because it saves you 1 tier point, which allows you to take a little bit bigger artillery at the same time as being almost just as effective. Yeah,
better penetration and damage. No, damage is not great. Let's jump into it. See the AMX. Let's just check here. MX90.
Our scene isn't ready where we can see our faces and the game at the same time. Unfortunately, it wasn't done before the game starts. Yeah. I believe it's still under development.
Yeah, but we can. I can now see that the MX 1390 has a average penetration of 170, and that is 5 less than the T71.
What about the clip size?
Clip size is also the same. 6 shells. I think it's less than 25 seconds reload time.
Wow.
And damage is 115, I think. Yeah, I can't really check now. I can check now, but I'm not, because I'm silly and stupid. Checking it now.
Check it now.
Yep. It's 150. Damn. Only 90 damage less per shot. So that's pretty damn awesome.
So basically you're saving yourself 90. How much damage did you say? 90?
90,
yeah. So 90 damage per shot you're paying an extra tier point for. Now that sounds like nothing, right? I take the extra tier point for 90 damage. But when you think of it, let's say you could have 3 or 2 AMX 90s. That would be 2 extra tier points. Doesn't sound big, right? Well, that's the difference between taking a tier 6 and a tier 8 artillery. Now it sounds a bit bigger.
Yep.
Okay, we are against go to game. We are now first in our first thing, and XSplit has encountered a problem.
No.
But it's stuck on the game screen. So fortunately, I think it's still streaming.
Okay. If it's not, then
It's okay. We just don't have counts. We have the game, which is awesome.
Yeah, which is good. No? Oh, you're all the way over there. Okay, I'm gonna move over
They
here.
do know to kill us, right?
Yep, I think. I hope so. Okay, that is you, not me.
Ready? In 3, 2,
2,
1,
1, go!
Damn it! I survived your shot!
Dang it! Nearly.
No!
Uh-oh.
What a great start. And my water tanks crash. I'm not joking.
What?
Yep, I'm not joking.
Okay, quickly get that.
Oh, I'm laughing. Water tanks, man. Seriously. Oh, man, this is hilarious. It's all fine while we're dicking around. As soon as we need to go serious, that's it. It's like crash. Let's do it. Let's do this. Let's do this, crash.
Yeah, well, nothing special is happening right now. They're just setting up the defense all on one side with the IS-3s. And one T-32 in the base, and I don't really know. I have no idea why he's calling for help.
Because I shot him, so he would kill me.
Seriously?
I swear that you've already asked, haven't you?
Drive over a cliff or something. Just go all the way down there and just crash.
Fine, I'm gonna go kill myself. Actually, I'm gonna ram your T-32 in this.
I'm gonna watch it. Uh-oh. That!
Yes! It worked! Right, we can get to casting now. Right, the T-50-2 has just gone over and done a great job already. We have seen him take out a Lorraine. 15550. Ah, yeah!
Yeah, and yeah, that's basically the battle right now. They've all gone down east, and so has the enemy. So
have they counted every single person? Because this is very dangerous. Their artillery is open to the north.
Yep. Well, there's
But we have Zelatar around the back, aiming for this. Whoa! That was very quick work from the artillery, being able to attack the S-51 immediately off the bat. Fantastic work there. And as you see, the T-50 and the positions for the defenders over here with the IS-3s are doing a great job spotting the entire team from DAH. Let's go to free cam and see the battle unfold. Over here we have all of the enemy tanks, mostly T-32s, Tiger 2s, pushing over to the north. There's already a stout defense over there by Ace of Spades with 3 IS-3s covering the northern pass. However, the southern pass is well protected with a counter push by AOS. This could be a dangerous maneuver to do because they're not getting supported by the northern friends. If these guys decide to give up the ghost and come down here to the south, they're going to easily take them out.
Yep. And we saw the T-50-2 sadly die to the Tiger 2. He obviously bounced several times on his rear, which is very, very unlikely. So I have no idea what, if he even had the big gun. You know, he could have gone for the low penetration, high damage gun instead of the high penetration, low damage gun, which is the tank, the gun you should always pick, because if you can't penetrate it, then what is the meaning of having a lot of damage? Yeah.
Indeed, if you're finding it hard to penetrate, you're either aiming wrong or you've just got not good enough gun. And that's why it's not necessarily the best choice picking the IS-3. The inaccuracy of the gun often means that you're missing little shots that should be made. And that can be the world of difference. As we see here, the Northern Force has actually started pushing as well. It means that AOS's counterattack is crushing. You see here it's a pincer attack into the middle. There's only 2 enemy tanks left. If we back up a little bit, we can see the push in progress. Get rid of the mini-map. Over here, the 3 IOSs... I want to see IOSs. Did I just say IOSs? The ISs from the AOS are coming around the corner to take out the last back-to-back allied forces from AD. So DH is actually doing a really good job here of their defensive formations, but they're being overwhelmed by superior teamwork here by AOS.
Yep. Well, if you can't say AOS, then Ace of Spades is just as easy.
I think it's just IS and AOS. It's just
yeah, we just saw Emil 158 with the IS-3 gun that you just described. He tried to snapshot a VK House A, and that didn't go so well, and the artillery takes it out.
Nice. Easy. Good job.
Yes. Even though some complications in the beginning, pretty decent match. All tanks met in them. Oh my god, I got 1000 XP.
Yes, as long as they keep winning, we're going to get tons of XP. Yeah, baby. Can you tell them to please remember to kill us? Our cams are down right now, guys, because XSplit has decided to crash on us, and it means that if we don't change scene, it will be fine. If we change scene, we'll actually have to reconnect for 2 minutes, and you guys will be without any stream for 2 minutes. So we're deciding, sod it, you don't want to see our faces anyway. Let's stick in the game and just play the game out. Yeah? Why not?
Yeah.
And I'm going to send that error message to XSplit as soon as this is over, because fuck you, XSplit. That's why.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. There's so many problems with it. Yeah.
I think it's a mixture between 64 bits and the new... I think it's media files. Honest to God, I think it's media files. It has trouble when there's layered media files.
Yeah.
Which is weird because that's like one of the main selling points for XSplit. But still, let's not talk about XSplit. Let's talk about World of Tanks, because AOS just showed a really strong performance with IS tanks. Now, that's something that you really just don't see on the pro circuit in the ESL. And that's why I'm thinking that maybe the AOS team should give it a shot. You know, I'd love to see how they do on the pro circuit.
Yeah. I like to see, even though the IS-3 is something that teams shy away from, now that it's obviously been chosen to be a less reliable tank with the ammo rack and all that, the accuracy and stuff like that. I just like the diversity of teams just in general. Some teams proving that the IS is still viable to take, and some teams going with the Tiger 2s and T-32s and a few IS tanks, and then the AMX-50-100.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I've seen many teams recently in the ESL taking one IS-3. And it sounds a bit weird because the way that you use the KV-1S is very much the same way you use the KV-3. You use them in packs, you use them to burst down enemy forces with their huge alpha damage. But I don't know, it seems to be a really popular company battle tank outside of the pro teams. The most obvious tank is the T-32. The T-32 is the best all-round tank, voted for by all pro teams. If you want a heavy tank, the T-32 is like a no-brainer. It's the most average all-round tank that's just so good at many, many things. And the armor of the turret is fantastic, even capable of bouncing any gold shells. So that's why it's a popular choice. Anyway, we have CZP versus AOS this time. Will your team remember to kill us? That's the question.
I don't really know. I didn't really answer it, but just gonna go after you and...
Looks like he's looking at me.
Yep, looks like he is.
Looking at me. Oh my god! Eat him again! Ah!
I'm gonna kill you. But yeah, he didn't get me.
Okay, while we're waiting for them to kill us properly, we see them spreading out across the map. GW Panthers gonna take up his position over the A1, A3. That's very, very standard. The T-50-2 is going to go scouting. We already have conflict at the top here. Quickly see if I grab it. The IS-3 here with Emil. Going to meet with main force at the top. It's not Emil, is it?
I just got tracked by an
Low by
IS-3.
an IS-3.
Yeah.
Okay, free cam time. All right, let's see. We have got 3 IS-3s holding up against 3 IS-3s. This is a stalemate. It's a very big mistake if any of these tanks try to push around the corner. Whoever comes around the corner is going to take some damage and be at a disadvantage for the team. They should play it safe. All 3 should just be sitting there, much like the AOS guys. The AOS guys are doing the better job right now. They're in great formation. I can't remember what that formation is called. Can you, Highflyer?
No.
Right, but that formation
my
is fantastic
God.
to be able to do alpha damage if anyone comes around the corner. They're not trying to poke forward and make a mistake. They're waiting for the enemy to make a mistake. In the meantime, around the back, we're going to fly around the corner here and see from Den Lindy Passar is fighting the T-32 and the IS-3. Have artillery support from the GW Panthers who didn't go all the way, stayed over at 81.5.
Did Too Fast DK just snapshot an IS-3? I think he did. He came flying up, fired a gold shell, and it hit the IS-3. Very nice. The dude that you just tried to, if you just call him the blind, you know, Jason.
The blind man.
Yeah, the blind bird. Yeah, but yeah, that formation is quite awesome. I went into a.
Oh wait, they've made a push before we go on to that story. I think they're pushing round. No, they're not. They're just disbanding formation. Sorry, go ahead.
A little bit. But yeah, it just looked amazing. I came down into it in a pretty awesome view. It looked pretty awesome. So one of the IS-3s is, oh my god, okay, he missed.
Big disaster for the AOS team. They've lost their scout. They have the T-32 on patrol over here, but this entire flank is very vulnerable right now.
Yep. But
switch
again,
over to Meltdown's point of view. He's camping here over on this side. Let's switch. Come on, switch out free cam. It's not going to switch me out. I keep free cam. There we go. Okay. And there we go. The red team is starting to capture, which means that the GW Panthers are actually hidden very correctly. Who is capping the circle? Oh, over there. It's in capture. What a dig.
T-34?
It's T-34. It's the T-34 too, and also the enemy T-32. So while the battle is raging on at the top, we're going to see the cap battle here, which is incredibly important. Oh my god, AOS are in huge trouble here. They're not winning the hill as fast as they would like, and there's a much bigger force than we saw coming down over onto this side. So this is actually big news, and for whatever reason that didn't work. I'm gonna.
Yeah, but look out! The artillery is moving, so the T-32 just has to stay alive and spot.
Yeah, the artillery is going to get into good positions, but the T-44 is on the flank there to prevent the GW Panthers from doing anything. On the flank here, the T-34-2 is coming around the side, making sure that Dasper cannot do much.
Yeah, and he, instead of sitting here and just taking shells to the face, he really needs to go and spot. He really needs to go and spot right now, because there's 20 seconds left now. 16, 15, and he spots, and he does get a hit on one of them. So 40 seconds left now,
yeah.
And the artillery hopefully can rain down some.
They're on the way. Reinforcements are on the way, but this is going to be clutch. It's all going to be down to these few shots from the artillery, from the friendly artillery.
Nice shot, and they're back to 1.5 minutes again.
They're not going to cap it now. That's very good play from the artillery. They were packed in too close together. I guess they forgot that artillery splashes.
Yeah, maybe. Some people do. Whenever there's a tank that can hit you, you tend to bunch up and hide behind one of the other tanks when there's not any cover in the open. And that's what happened right there.
Well, AOS, the Ace of Spades, reinforcements have arrived. They're coming around the back, and this is going to be a massacre from both sides. Let's hope they don't get cocky, though, because this can still go wrong. There's enough tanks on the enemy team, CZP, to make mints of them. However, it does look very likely. There we go. We saw Den Blind. Why not?
The blind bird.
Just get taken out there. Hey,
oh my!
They're Danish, right?
Yep, they're Danish. And Primdal. It's gonna sound funny when they hear this. Primdal. It looked like he just also did a snapshot on the move and hit the IS-3 there. Funny how they can snapshot and I can't. Oh. See, but yeah, that was very good play that he just decided to. He was very low HP and decided to just push out and spot them. Artillery, of course, artillery could just have guessed and shot where they thought they were last, but they could move. They could move if they were clever.
The artillery set up, then he sacrificed himself. The artillery got 3 great shots off, and 3 great shots they were. They reset the cap, and GG. They gave him enough time to come in. That was close. I actually thought they had lost it at one point there. For people who've just joined in, we are training with AOS. We're seeing how they're doing their stuff, and just being badasses in general. And that's really cool. We're on a 2-minute delay, so people can't stream snipe, and that's as small as we want to take it. We don't like having the full 8-minute delay as you normally have on professional streams. If you're used to seeing 7v7, or should I say 742 format, I'm sorry. We're doing company battles right now, and next week we'll definitely get hold of some 742 for you, whether it be Kazna Crew or Lemming Train or any of the top teams from European. I'll probably get one of the qualifiers, people who have already qualified for the Pro League, the Wargaming Pro League. I'll get one of them teams and we're going to do some training with them. That'll be great for next week.
Cool.
Tomorrow night, we've got the drinking game, the Pirates drinking game. And don't worry, it's not going to be as bad as it was a month ago. It's going to be a lot more calmer and a lot more relaxed. So definitely tune in to see that. Make me... Can't check out me being a fool. We're going to be very interactive this time. You're going to come onto the show and have challenges, and if you win the challenge, then we're going to have to take a shot. We're going to get rid of the drinking in game and make it more challenge and viewer based. So definitely come and check that out. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, by all means, remember that we have 2 settings for the stream. We have 360p and best. We don't know why it says best because it's actually 720p. So yeah. Whatever. So make sure you're on best if you can handle 2.75 meg download. If you can't handle that, I'm sorry, you're going to have to look at the 360p, and I'd recommend you don't make it full screen if you have to watch it 360p because it's not going to look pretty. Anyway, Highflyer, sir, how are you?
I am decent, full of cake, and pretty pleasant to be around, actually. Too bad no one's around. But we're seeing some changes here. We're seeing some big changes here. We're actually seeing a Chinese tier 8, the 110, and the MX 100 now.
I'm really interested to see the 110 being used more, not only in company battles, but on the pro scene too. I saw Kazna have been training up their 110, so that I think they think that it might be viable. And so I'm really looking forward on the ESL circuit and the Star Ladder to see things like that going ahead. If you guys didn't know, the Star Ladder will be starting up soon for the Russian audience. And yeah, that's going to be really exciting to check out. Right here, we have RO versus Ace of Spades. Highflyer, give us the rundown on the team lineups.
Yeah, well, as we just said, the 110 is put in use on AOS, and they've also switched an IS-3 out for an AMX 5100, and then the basic lineup that we've seen in all games until now. And the enemy team also has an AMX 5100. They've decided to go with 3 IS-3s and then premium tanks with the T-34 and a Type 59 and an Aus A, which is a very peculiar choice because they're not really tanks that you see on the competitive scene.
Do you know what? The Aus A, the VK4502, I have seen a lot used like once. Like the tank is used like you only ever take one 742 circuit. I've never seen 2 in a team, but 1 is actually reasonably taken. And the reason they throw one of them in, so I've been told, is because of the armor layout is completely different to the T-32s, and they can throw people off. They're used to fighting T-32s, and then they see a VK and they're like thrown off for just a second. Okay, where do I aim? And that's enough to give them an extra shot.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I wouldn't. Okay, that's just me. I wouldn't really think about when you're in tier 8 battles. Then that wouldn't really be my concern, because either of them is just aim for that part, unless it's of course hull down. Because then you'll just go, that's not a T-32, I can just shoot it here, pling! No, you can't. Because the Aus A is actually also, even though it can't bounce that many big shells, it can bounce some shells when in a hold down position.
It has got very good angled armor. You're recognizing shouted out by the RO team. But the T50-2 has done an amazing job on already spotting 2 of the enemy artillery, and we see again the AMX 1390's big weakness. It can't fire on the move. The AMX 1390 is terrible on the move, and Zeltar in the T50-2 is able to run circles around him and destroy 2 artilleries and also fight him. So that's absolutely fantastic. Good job there from Zeltar, although that was an overplay there. There was no need for him to sacrifice himself trying to take out the 1390. It wasn't his job, it wasn't his responsibility, and if I was his captain right now, I wouldn't be happy with him. Although he did a great job taking out the artillery, that was foolish and very wasteful.
Yeah, very wasteful indeed. He's asking me to say that. I should have warned him.
You should always play your best. Always play like you're being watched.
Yeah, you should always, because you are. You're being watched by 29 other players.
Yeah, indeed. Now this is interesting formation over here. The AOS team have taken the middle and they've taken the side, but they haven't taken anything in the town. And I find that incredibly interesting because there is... What happens if the enemy, and I think it's very likely, are pushing a big force round to the rear? Would they be able to get back in time? That's a good cover spot here from anyone approaching up the top.
I'm trying to make sense of this lineup as well, because they've just sent their AMX 5100 forward, and that tank is not very known for having good armor. So if it met any tanks whatsoever, they would have no problem hurting it very badly.
So yeah, it's kind of like the weird thing is that, well, I say weird thing. The bad thing is Zeltar died, right? He should be alive right now. There was no reason for him to be there. No reason for him to stay around fighting the AMX 90. He should have then gone round the back into town, found out where the enemies were. He took all that damage and died for no reason, and that's the big mistake. Here's a very good play though. You see the artillery moving? That's actually a really smart thing to do. A lot of mid-tier teams don't do this. And I include myself in it when I play with my clan. We don't reposition artillery during the match. They know that the southern section is actually safe. They cleared it out. They killed all the enemies here. They know the enemy are pushing around. So why keep your artillery in the corner where they're vulnerable? Bring them forward. Get better angles onto the city or into the corners.
Yep, exactly. And that's often the deciding factors in games like these when you're at this high level of play, because as you can see, the MX 5100 is sitting right there at the corner. If the artillery just moves down, if you jump over to one of the artilleries, you can see that there's a big dip in the landscape, and the enemy won't be able to see you moving down there. So you'll have the perfect angle going down there, and then you can start supporting, and that is the deciding factor in many games.
I love this formation here again. Beautifully done by AOS. I'm going to remove the interface so you guys can see how nice these formations are they're doing. Although right now they've just broken it for whatever reason. They're twitching around. So I put them on camera and they start spazzing out. But the orders are obviously coming in now. They've been ordered to move around and probably come right back around here. We're going to see them come up and take the positions up here. Both teams are playing very defensively. This is actually really strange on this map to see that both teams took an early skirmish, lost a scout and some artillery, and then nothing. Both teams withdrawn into defensive positions, and AOS is consolidating. Because they've lost their scout, they're now blind, and I think that's the big thing. I still say this. Zeltar did very well to begin with, but then sacrificed himself for no reason. Like, I did my job, I killed 2 artillery, I can die now in peace. No. Look at this. This stalemate is because you have prevented your teammate having good vision. They have no other scouts. They have 1 scout and you died. That means your team is now blind. And I think that's the difference between mid-tier teams. And I hesitant to say AOS are mid-tier, but they're definitely not ESL. Top teams, they don't compete. And the pro teams, you would never see a scout do that in the pro teams.
Nope, you wouldn't. Because they know how important a scout is.
Now here they go, they've done it again. So They've actually got this formation nailed. This is actually done first by the pro Russian teams. I cannot remember the name of it for the life of me, but it's really good. Not only are your angle of armor really good, so for high bouncing chances, you can spread the damage very nicely, you can retreat very nicely, and you have so much alpha damage it's not even funny. So that's cool. Here we go, they've been contact. We have on the corner here the T-34 from RO being caught with AOS coming around the corner. They have their teammates back there, way too far back out of range. The MX-5100 is also incredibly close. And we're going to see if the alpha damage from the IS-3s of AOS can do much, or if they're going to sustain too much damage. Fantastic shot there from the IS-3s though, taking down the T-32. I think, sorry, T-34. I thought he was still at 600 health, so that must have been a double shot. Over here, we have more guys not moving in. They're actually sitting back. We zoom in a little bit over here. Oh, wait. Highflyer, do you see that?
Which part?
VK, the VK4 is coming around the back.
Yeah, I saw him, yeah. But basically, I'm seeing a pretty big mistake right here, because artillery can hit all of the enemy tanks. They shouldn't have pushed out, even though it might look like they're winning right now. It can quickly turn if AOS just bounce a few times, and yep. Ooh, the 1010 nearly died by the VK coming from the side.
The 1010 is gonna die. Not only is the 110 coming, but there's an IS-3 also arriving. Kilo from RO is coming around the back. If the artillery can't kill him, there we go, he's dead.
Yeah.
So now Ace of Spades are surrounded. However, they might have enough HP to pull this off. We'll see. Taking unnecessary damage here. I'm going to stay on this tank to be able to have a look. Emil's almost down, and Daspahu is also coming in to try and take him out. He's got 440 HP. If a single shell goes through from the IS-3, he could go down. We'll see right now. He's on fire. Oh. Kilo is on fire and not repairing. That's very unusual. And he goes down. So I think Ace of Spades have it in the bag now. The possible slim chance of hope that RO had just died there. And where was the T-34 during all this?
He's full HP. I have no idea. Maybe new player to the company battle scene. I don't know. But he picked the wrong direction when his team needed him the most. If he had gone the same way as the VK, as A, he could have been a great help, and pretty sure they could have turned this around, because as you can see, IS-3 low HP, IS-3 low HP, AMX-5100 low HP, and yeah, all of them are low HP. Yeah. All of them could have been dead if he had been there and shot.
Definitely, but they did a great job. Ace did a great job at spreading the damage around. The T-34's main weakness, and the reason why it's not really used in pro play, is because of the speed. Although its gun is great, don't get me wrong, it's just too slow. You can't reposition, you can't react to what the enemy are doing very fast, and that's why it's really largely regarded as a junk tank for pro play.
Yeah. Phew.
Let's see the artillery. Actually, I'm really interested in the artillery for the enemy team. They did nothing. They were both taken out very early on, which pretty much set the game, I would say.
Yeah.
Because look how much their S-51 did. Almost 2,000 damage.
Yeah.